All right, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. So, still have the post-election hangover. Currently feeling it. I don't know if you guys are. Didn't get all that much sleep the other night. Again, massive shout out to everybody who tuned in to our live election coverage, Secular Talk and Breaking Point's live election coverage. Man, the numbers were incredible. I think I already told you guys, but when you include like the number of viewers we had in total was over 500,000. 500. I mean, that's crazy. That probably beats a lot of news networks. I mean, I bet that Drax News Nation, for example, News Nation, that like weird now Chris Cuomo affiliated outlet. So just amazing stuff. Shout out to all you guys. I had a lot of fun doing that. So a lot of stuff to talk about today. I want to get into more of this Trump versus DeSantis thing in the wake of the midterm Draxing for the Republicans. So we're going to do that. And then I have Joe Rogan versus Matt Walsh on the issue of gay marriage. There's a lot to say about that. I want to watch that back and forth with you guys and break it down. And then later on in the show, we're going to do a segment that I missed from earlier in the week, which is Ted Cruz getting showered with booze at the Houston Astros World Series parade, which just fills my heart with joy. Seeing a guy like Ted Cruz, who is obviously super hateable and terrible in terms of politics and policy, seeing him get backlash warms my heart. So anyway, let's go ahead and kick it off here. So, look, Trump versus DeSantis is heating up, man. It really is. So, Ron DeSantis outperformed the polls in Florida. He did. He kind of destroyed Charlie Crist. There were some polls that had them kind of a tight race. I mean, DeSantis was always up in the polls, but, you know, some polls it was like 2 points or whatever. So people thought, hey, maybe it's a real race. We don't know. It could be a real race. Well, when push came to shove, it wasn't close. DeSantis absolutely destroyed Charlie Crist. Florida and Ohio were the two states that were kind of good for Republicans. Pretty much everywhere else, Republicans did poorly. There were actually some Republican seats that they picked up in New York. As of the recording of this, I'm still waiting on the total results for the midterm elections, but the gist of it is Democrats did a lot better than most people thought they would do. I had Republicans winning 51 or 52 seats in the Senate and maybe picking up 20 seats in the House, and it looks like I may have been too bullish on Republicans, that it might actually be 50-50 in the Senate, might be 51 for Democrats in the Senate, and you'll probably have a pickup of 4 or 5 seats or whatever on the Republican side. But, so you have this wave, you have this election which isn't a red wave, it's more like a red trickle, right? Or if anything, maybe a tiny blue wave, relatively speaking. But DeSantis stood out as like, wow, this guy did well. So New York Post had a cover that was like "the future" for DeSantis. There was a picture of DeSantis that said "the future," and all the media elites are now sucking off DeSantis to the high heavens. A lot of Trump supporters had an enlightenment moment of like, oh Jesus, wow, Trump's a cancer on our party. Like the overwhelming majority of the people that Trump endorsed and Trump went out of his way to support, the people who were the biggest election deniers, got obliterated. Like Baldock, for example, in New Hampshire against Hassan. By the way, Tulsi Gabbard was stumping for Baldock. Amazing. But so Baldock went down. It was supposed to be a tight race. He got blown the fuck out, dog. He got blown out. Mastriano in Pennsylvania, blown the fuck out. I mean, this is the only one that still has a chance is Carrie Lake. It might take a little while before we get the results of that election. Or maybe by the time you're watching this, maybe we have the answer. I don't know. But it could go to Carrie Lake, but it's leaning Democratic. So either all of them or all but one of them got obliterated. Okay. So look at this. This happened the day of the election. This is what we get from Donald Trump. Trump warns DeSantis off 2024 White House run. Could hurt himself very badly. What? Could hurt himself very bad? So Trump is like sort of low-key, not even low-key, sort of high-key threatening DeSantis. Wow. Now again, the conventional wisdom is now super pro DeSantis after the midterm. Now, again, I have to say, I was ahead of everybody on this. Everybody was still Teflon Don theory, and I was like, I don't see it. He's turned off every normie, every moderate, every independent in the country. He can't shut the fuck up about the stolen election. He's too extreme. He's under 85 investigations. He's probably going to get indicted, might even get convicted. Too extreme. Americans are not going to buy it. I was bullish on DeSantis. Now everybody's sort of catching up to the position I had after the election results. So here's what they say in the New York Post. Former President Donald Trump, gearing up for another White House run, warned Florida Governor Ron DeSantis that he could hurt himself very badly with the Republican base if he also launched a presidential bid in 2024. You know, Don, it looks to me like the only one who's hurt themselves is you. By getting too involved in the election, you stumped for Dr. Oz. He went down. Herschel Walker. It's a razor-thin race, but it's leaning towards Warnock. We might have a runoff election there, but it's leaning towards Warnock. Warnock is a little bit ahead. So all your guys got obliterated. So you're the one who now people on the right are like, whoa, what's going on here? What are we doing? I think it's time to move on past Trump. Trump, who dubbed the Florida governor Ron DeSanctimonious during a rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday, denied that the two Republican politicians are at odds, but still tried to lay down a marker for 2024. I don't know if he's running. I think if he runs, he could hurt himself very badly. I really believe that he could hurt himself badly, Trump told Fox News Digital in a Monday interview published on Tuesday. I think he would be making a mistake. I think the base would not like it. I don't think it would be good for the party. Any of that stuff is not good. And you have other people that possibly will run, I guess. I don't know if he runs. If he runs, he runs, the 45th president said. Trump then threatened to expose some dirt on his fellow Republican. What? Quote, I would tell you things about him that won't be very flattering. I know more about him than anybody, other than perhaps his wife, Trump said without elaborating. So in other words, yeah, bro, if you decide to run against me, I'm going to play dirty. I'm coming for the jugular. I got dirt on you, and I'm going to release it. Now, the speculation I've heard around this, and I don't know if this is accurate, is that Trump knows of some affair that Ron DeSantis had or something. But like, bro, Don, Trump, you were caught on video saying I grabbed him by the pussy, I don't even wait. Like admitting to sexual assault on video. That didn't take you down. You not only had affairs, but you also like used campaign funds to pay off some of the women you had affairs with. I mean, this is tame shit. This is tame. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if Trump actively leaks some dirt on DeSantis to try to take down DeSantis, I think that could boost DeSantis' numbers. That's what I think. This is not the same old political era, man. Like, John Fetterman had a stroke and won pretty easily against Dr. Oz. The old political games of, like, you know, a medical event taking you down or a sex scandal taking you down, it doesn't work like that anymore. Right now, Joe Biden is president. He's a zombie. He's half dead. And he beat Donald Trump. Fetterman just won. Had a stroke. Trump won in 2016, right after we learned, like, oh shit, this guy's a sexual harasser and assaulter. This isn't going to work, bro. So even if it is that, it's like, that's not going to do shit. The interview was recorded after Trump headlined an Ohio rally for Republican Senate candidate J.D. Vance, by the way, one of his only W's this night, Trump, at which the former president teased a big announcement he would make next Tuesday in Florida. I'm going to be making a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th at Mar-a-Lago, Florida. Trump teased his supporters on the eve of Tuesday's midterm elections. We want nothing to detract from the importance of tomorrow. Leading up to the Ohio event, at which a number of Trump family members were present, some insiders speculated that he would use the rally to declare his intent to mount another presidential bid. Before Trump took the stage, Alina Habba, one of his lawyers, warned DeSantis to stick to the Sunshine State. Quote, he needs to stay in Florida. Just stay where you are. You're doing a great job in Florida, Habba said in an interview on Right Side Broadcasting, which aired the rally. The attorney added DeSantis wouldn't have his current brand name recognized without Trump's influence. Quote, DeSantis is DeSantis because of Trump. I think I like what DeSantis is doing in Florida, but he needs to stay in Florida, Habba said. Look, that's another argument. I don't think that's going to land. I don't think Republican voters are going to take kindly to Trump being like, I take all the credit for Ron DeSantis being Ron DeSantis because I came in and endorsed you and that helped you and you won originally. It's like, okay, but all the things he's done in Florida since then and all the way he's like postured and rode the wave of right-wing culture war outrage, those are all things that he did. And so the right likes him regardless of what his genesis story was. I don't think this is good stuff. I don't think this is strong stuff from Trump. Look, the mistake he's making, I'm going to repeat this. The mistake he's making is he's not counterpunching. He's just punching. And Republicans view DeSantis as the rising star. They're like, why are you shitting on our guy? He's the heir apparent. Why are you shitting on him? I get that because Trump, in 2016, he was the counterpuncher. This is him. He's not counterpunching. He's just punching, and he looks like the asshole that he is. Despite Trump's feelings about his potential rival, the former president claimed he pulled the lever for DeSantis' re-election when he voted in Palm Beach on Tuesday alongside former First Lady Melania Trump. Yes, I did, he told reporters. Trump also took the opportunity to promote his upcoming announcement. I think Tuesday will be a very exciting day for a lot of people, and I look forward to seeing you at Mar-a-Lago, he said. In the interview with Fox, Trump downplayed any conflict between him and DeSantis. There's not a tiff with me, and I'm way up in the polls. No, there's not, Trump said, later calling the governor a fine guy. Look, here's the bottom line. Trump took a Draxing in this election. I think he's getting most of the blame because his candidates performed the worst. The Republicans did bad overall, but his candidates did the worst. He's a cancer on the party. His election denial bullshit, his full authoritarianism. It ain't going to win over normies. It's not going to win over independents. It's not going to win over moderates. Trump has an electability problem. And I think even Republicans are realizing he might be a favorite in the primary, but in the general, he's going to get destroyed. So if he announces, man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how the right tries to, not break out into all-out civil war. It's going to be really, really interesting. It's going to be something to see. So DeSantis has not made a wrong move yet, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens going forward. But Donald Trump is on really, really, really thin ice. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.